Workout and stretch, no equipment. Play a squat, down and lift. Hips are back, toes, knees, point to the corners. Try to go for the full range, working on the quad strength, glute strength coming up, and flexibility. Straight back, no rush. Every time try to go a little bit lower. And that's it. Walk into a plank. Bring it out, stretch into a full plank. Alternate sides. Working on shoulder and wrist strength, supporting the body. Stretching hip flexor, warming it up. Use the core. Tuck in the abs. No rush. And that's it. Squat and a hip rotate, same side. Outward rotation. Opening the hips for the front splits. Very controlled on the way up. Feel your glutes engaged, lifting that body up. And that's it. We'll do other legs shortly. Walk into a plank. Side plank. And rotate. Again, same side. If you feel pretty strong, pretty balanced, lift the leg. Working on the abs, balance. Toe-knee, point forward. And that's it. Other side, outward hip rotate with a squat. Hips are back all the way down. Bring it out and rotate. Exaggerate the range of motion. Keep the core tight. And that's it. Side plank rotate, other side. Tight abs. Rotate, open up the chest, and rotate it back into a straight line. Slowly, so you can focus on the abs. Add the lateral leg lift if you want to. And we're not rotating the hip yet. That's it. Toes, knees, point forward. Side squat. Wide stance. Hips are back, toe, knee, forward. Maximize the range, both knees are pointing forward. Tight core, hips are all the way back, no rush at all. If you're here, totally fine. Work with your range. It will increase with time. And that's it. Plank. One leg up. Bring it just down into the chest, straight line. And back up. Working on the hip flexor, maximizing the range. Abs are contracted throughout the entire set. Straight line. Maximizing the range, stretching that hip flexor. And that's it. Other side, legs wider than shoulders, toes, knees point to the corner, and bring the hips back, side squat. If your heel lifts off the ground, no big deal. Just lift it. Every time, if your range is here, work with it. Do not push it. Gently guide your body. And that's it. Other hip flexor, plank. In and into a straight line. Lean more into the wrists, so more of your weight is supported by your shoulders and upper body. Bigger range. And that's it. Inward circles. Big range. Maximize the range all the way around, all the way across. Tight core. Opening up the hips. And that's it. Side plank. And now, instead of knee pointing forward, we're going to open it and point it up. And you can stay here. Engaging the abs, maximizing the range. And if you're falling over, no big deal, just take breaks. And that's it. Full squat. Roll your wrists. Hips are back, all the way down, legs are shoulder width apart. Hips back. At 90-degree angle, fold in. Back to 90. 90 and fold. Knees back 90. And that's it. Inward hip circle, other leg. Work on abs to keep the balance. All the way out, all the way across, all the way down, and all the way up. Stretching hip flexor. Opening up the hips. Using the abs. The abs that help us bring that leg to the maximum height. And that's it. Make sure the leg that was rotating is on top. Side plank, other side. Level 1. Toe and knee, point to the ceiling. If you want more challenge, side plank. Find your balance. You can keep the knee bent if you like to, or straighten it to stretch the hamstrings. Core, balance on 2 points if you can. Opening up the hip. Abs. Sit straight up in a straight line, hinging at the hips, leaning forward and stretching those hamstrings. Very smooth movement. Slow it down at the top of the range. Slow it down at the bottom of the range. Reach for the toes. Straighten. And all the way straight and exhale. Head back up. Toes, knees, point to the side. Side squat. Max range. Toe, knees, point out and up. Max range, try to push that knee out. And feel the stretch. That's it. Lower abs. Sit up into a V. Straight line. If this is too hard, bend the knees. And that's it. Other side. Tight core. Lower if you can. Squeeze your core to remain balanced. Back, body up. Complete concentration. And last one. Walk into a plank. Opposite hand to the opposite toe. Alternate sides. Back into a straight line. Do not rush it. Use those abs. Full range. Really twist it. And that's it. One knee forward, one knee to the side, straight angle, Straighten, toe knee points up. Tight core. Controlling the balance. Leaning all the way out, opening the hips. Pushing the knee out. And that's it. Plank. We're going to bring the leg and kick it through. Same side, same. Working on shoulder, wrist strength. Slow it down. Belly button up if you can. Last one. Sit up. Alternate leg lifts. You can support yourself if you want to. Working on hip flexor strength and hamstring stretch. You can help yourself if you want to. With every rep, straighten the back. And that's it. Now we're going to go toward the knees. You can let the legs be shoulder width apart. Straighten the back. Exhale on the way down. Bring it back up. And lift if you can. If not, just down and back up. And that's it. Other side. Ninety. Straighten and squeeze the quad. Stretch and push the knee out. Squeeze. Push. Other side, kick through. Sit briefly on the heels and back into the plank. No rush. Use your core strength. Belly button up. Doesn't need to be perfect. As long as you feel the abs, and that's it. Butterfly. Try to straighten the back as much as you can. Lean toward one side and out. Stretch. You can support yourself and reach. Either way, try to push on the inner thigh to open up the butterfly more. And that's it. Bring it to a tabletop. And we're going to straighten and back. Squeeze the glute, keep the body tabletop position, and try to stretch those tight hamstrings by pushing, squeezing the quad. Squeeze the glutes higher. And that's it. Back to the butterfly. Other side. Push. Stretch. You can support the body. Feel the stretch in the side. And reach. Push both knees toward the ground. And last one. Elbow click. Push forward and fold on the toes. And now stretch those calves, heels. All the weight on the front. Stretch the calves. Elbows are along the body, parallel to the body. Tight core. And last one. Hip flexor stretch, bringing one leg up or out. Bring the elbow under the knee, and we're going to start walking the knee out. can, lift the front leg and back. Push the hips down and lift. Keep going. And that's it. Upper abs. Take it down. Reach the toes. Higher. Exhale when you reach. Other side. Hip flexor stretch. Elbow under the knee. And when you're ready, walk the front leg out and lift. And push down on the hips and stretch. Take it down, hips up. Support yourself. And one leg out. And back up. Alternate. Maximize the range. Push on the quad and straighten the knee if you can. And that's it. Legs 45-degree angle. Squeeze the upper abs. And we're going to roll. Same direction. Upper and lower body rolling in same direction. Working in lower abs. Upper abs are contracted. One more challenge. Arms are out. And that's it. Up. Toe knee up. And now we're going to sit down and bring it back up. Point the toe, flex. Squeeze the thigh. Squeeze the glute. Sit fully. Stretch that quad and now glute. Hip flexor. And that's it. Same leg. Body's in a straight line. Toe knee points up. We're going to lift. Lift. And back down. Try to go as smooth as you can. If it falls, no big deal. Practice. Max range now. And that's it. Hips up. Now supporting down. Touch the ground and as high as you can. Arms are supporting both legs. Squeeze the quads and bring knees into the forehead if you can. Try to straighten as much as you can. And back down. Squeeze the quads. And that's it. Other side. Point the toe. Sit and stretch the quad, squeeze the glute, squeeze the thigh, and that's it. Now, body in a straight line, heel, toe knee up, find your balance. Try very hard not to drop the leg. Do not rush. Tight core. Last one. And we're going to go into a Malasana. Heels on the ground, knees are out. And we're going to lean side to side. increasing ankle mobility. The heel can lift if you prefer, pushing the knees out. And have a seat. We'll continue stretching. Leg, try to place it on the shoulder, pushing it and feeling the stretch. Push it back. Push it forward. Try to bring it all the way on top of the shoulder. Straighten the back. Support yourself. And stretch. That's it. Same leg. We're going to place it on top of the elbow. We're going to try to sit up and back. If this is too hard, just lift yourself up and back. If you want to try extra challenge, and last one. Legs out, toes, knees pointing up, and we're going to take it to one side and to the other side. Try not to relax. Squeeze the thighs. Squeeze those quads. As you feel the stretch in your hamstrings, keep squeezing the quads, the opposite muscles. Position your body as a lever so you can really feel the stretch. Other side. We're going to put the other leg on the shoulder. And feel the stretch. Back and forth. Higher on the shoulder if you can. Straighten the back. Okay, you know what's next. Leg on the elbow. And try to lift the butt off the ground. It helps if you have long pants. Sometimes if you have shorts, it can get slippery. If you want extra challenge, try to lift up the body. Gentle, and that's it. We're going to do lower back. Lift up. Max range. That's it. Up. Lift it up. Point the knee forward, extend, squeeze the quad, bring it all the way around, working on core, balance, stability, and glute and outer thigh. Keeping the leg at the max range. Squeeze. Stretch. Press, hamstring stretch, push back, hip flexor stretch. And it's lower abs. Extend, alternate. You can support yourself if you want to. Try to keep the back straight. Hip flexor strength, bring all the way into the chest. And as always, the goal is to avoid injury. Make sure that you're very, very gentle. And that's it. Don't worry, we'll do other side shortly. We're going to put the hands down and straighten the legs. Press on the quads and back. Push it out. And straighten. Push it out. Max range. And that's it. Up. Other side. Squeeze the quad. Bring it back. Stretch the hip flexor. Max range. it down. Now take one leg out and bring it on top of the shoulder and knee. We're going to rotate and rotate. You can place the hand behind the ankle, squeeze the quad, and walk it to the other side. Toe knee points. Squeeze the glutes, and that's it. Bring the legs into a V. Alternate. You can support yourself, or you can use your lower abs. Try to squeeze the quads, straightening the legs, and stretching the hamstrings. And that's it. And we're going to work on the pancake stretch. Deep breath in and exhale. As you exhale, don't relax the legs. Squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes. And again, inhale in and exhale. Keep squeezing. Point the toes and knees up. Push with your chest toward the floor. Hip flexor stretch, outer thigh stretch, lean forward, feel the stretch in the glutes, push, feel the stretch. Now squeeze the glutes and push the hip flexor lower into the mat. Other side. point the hip directly to the floor. And check with your body. You can bring the leg closer, farther, lean forward. Feel the stretch in the glute. Take it lower. Use your body weight. Squeeze the glute. Push. Hip down. Going to do a frog stretch. Bring it down. Try to push the knees as far out as you can. Back and forth. Very important, when you do the frog, remember, if you feel pain in your hip joint, you're doing it wrong. That means your hip bones are grinding together and that will lead to injury. Try to push the knees out instead of forward. Now we're going to attempt side split. Go as far out as you can, and as you go far out, squeeze the quad. Wiggle it, try to sit, and when you're training for split stretch, try not to relax the muscles, but keep them squeezed, keep them flexed. And we're going to do same on the other side. And wherever you are, if you want, you can use a yoga block or put something under the hips. Check your progress later. Splits are very, very challenging, so it will take some time. And that's it. Thank you for joining.